Good morning, students. Today we are going to start a new chapter, chapter 3. From that, the topic is caste and caste systems. So we have discussed in class 11 also about this caste and the caste systems. So today we are going to elaborate it. Okay. So let's see what this caste and how this caste system is. Okay. So before I start, I just want to say how this caste has come. Okay. So caste is not a word of Bengali or maybe Hindi or an Indian language word, but the caste word is an English word. Okay. But this caste is also not an English word. It is not directly it has come. Okay. This word is derived from a Portuguese word casta. Okay, you can see here the Portuguese word casta, which means the pure breed. So this in Indian languages, again, the word caste referred to by two distinct words or terms, that is called the Varna and Jati. So let's see first what this Varna is and what is Jati. So let us differentiate between this Varna and Jati also. Okay. So first, if you see, the Varna means, the literally, if we say the meaning is color. So color, when you say, it is a fourfold division. Okay. So there is a fourfold divisions of society. That means society was divided into fourfold or four divisions into four categories. So what are these four categories or the fourfold division? The Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Sudra. So these were the four categories of people who existed in the society. But still, there was another sections of the society was there, which was not included in the Varna systems. They are sometimes called as Panchamas or the fifth category. Why fifth category? This is the fourfold division. Okay, that means it is also called as Chaturvarna system. So that is called the Panchamas of the fifth category. That means they are outcast. So who are these outcasts? Especially some foreigners, slaves. These peoples were considered as a low caste. That is why they were put into this fifth category, and they were termed as outcast, panchamas, the fifth category. Okay. So whereas Jati, it is actually a generic term. Okay. That is generic term means it can be any kind or maybe any species. Sometimes we can say any inanimate objects, animals, or plants, anything, any kind, yeah, is called as Jati. So Varna, if we consider or if we differentiate with Varna and Jati, we see that Varna is a all India aggregated classifications. That means these four divisions, these Chaturvarna systems, Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Sudra. It is a all India. Okay, in all India level, this Varna is divided the whole society into four categories. Whereas Jati is a regional, or rather we can say it is a local term, okay, or a local division or subdivision. Suppose now Brahmin, when you say about the Brahmanas, so these Brahmanas in a Varna systems, it is a one category, okay. So in this Jati, the Brahmana again will have some subcaste or the subdivisions will be there, okay. So under each subdivision again, it can be consider or it can be divided into some more subdivisions. Suppose now if we draw here like one term or maybe this is Brahmin. Under this Brahmin again it can be divided into two parts. Two more kind of Brahmins are there again. The same again we can divide into some more categories. Okay. So like this we can make various category or various subdivisions which is found in the local or the regional level. Okay. So this Varna or the four Varna were existed long back. So it is a history, or you can see or you can found it maybe from the 3000 years old. We can say the four Varna systems. Okay. At the beginning when it started, that means in the Vedic period. So when it started, it was not so rigid how we can see the Varna or the caste in the present time. Okay. So during this in the later period of this Vedic period or later or maybe later part of the Vedic period, like 900 to 500 BC, the Varna systems was not so rigid. Okay, that means it was not confined so much or so much rigid that they cannot change their Varna from one category to the other category. So during that times, it was possible to change from one category to the other category. This category was actually made because on the basis of occupations. So it was very much easy for any of the people to change their caste or change their Varna, okay, from one to another one. They could change. Suppose now, if you draw here, if I draw like that, two Varna systems, okay, so it was like open. So this part was open. Anyone could go from one category to other category. It was possible during that times. But in the post-Vedic period, what happened? It has become rigid and it was closed. So it was not possible for anyone now to change from one category to the other category because it is already closed. Okay, because it has become very rigid now. So now it is not possible to change your caste or the Varna from one category to the other category. Okay, so now it is only possible through birth. So birth is the only way to get your own category of the caste. Okay, so no other alternative. So now let us see some features of the caste systems. So there are various features given by the various sociologists, but among that they have some confined features are there. Let us see what these features are. There are 6 features of the caste systems. First one is caste is determined by birth. Next is membership in a caste involves strict rules about marriage, rules about food and food sharing. Caste arranged in a hierarchy of rank and status. Caste involved subdivision within themselves. Caste were traditionally linked to occupations. So these are the 6 features of the caste systems. So let us explain little bit the 6 features of the caste systems. First one, caste is determined by birth. So birth is here very much important. Okay. So without taking part into a particular category of the caste, you cannot become the member of that particular category of caste. So you have to born into that particular category, then only you can become the member of that particular caste groups. Okay. So without taking part, you cannot change your caste. Next, membership in a caste involves strict rules about marriage. So here, since it is a closed stratification, or what I say, it is very much rigid, so they do not want to mix up of various categories of the caste. Okay, so for that they make some rules about marriage. If marriage means it is endogamous, that means they cannot marry outside the caste, so they have to marry within the caste groups. So this will secure the mixing of caste. So there will be no mix up of the caste. So a particular caste, that means the Brahmins will marry within the Brahmin. Okay, Kshatriya will marry the Kshatriya. The Vaishya, the Shudra, they will marry within themselves. They will not go beyond their caste groups. Okay. Next one is rules about food and food sharing. So in each caste, they have rules about food and the food sharing. What kind of food they can eat. Okay, and what kind of food they can share with the other people. Either sometimes we can say the kacha food or the pakka food. Pakka means the cooked food and kacha means raw, okay, without cooking. So this also determines, okay. Caste arranged in a hierarchy of rank and status. So caste is not just a subdivision or not just a division like that, okay. It is a hierarchical rank. So what is a hierarchy of rank? Let's see here, hierarchy of rank. If we draw a ladder, so we can understand it better. Let us draw a ladder here. Okay. So this is a caste category, okay, or caste systems you can say. So we will make here 4 groups of the people here. So if we consider it is the caste systems, then what will happen? Brahmin will be at the top of the hierarchy. Okay. Then Kshatriya, then Vaishya, and then the last is Shudra. So it is a ladder, hierarchical ladder. That means the Brahmins are considered as the pure. Okay, they are the pure. So it is, this ladder is based on the purity and pollution. So those who are most pure, they are ranked in the top. That means they are top ranked. Okay, because they are the purest, or they are the pure one. Okay, then those who are little bit less pure, Kshatriya, then Vaishya, and then the last is the Sudra. And the fifth, or the thing you have remembered, we talked about the Panchamas, they will be under this. Okay, so they are not in the caste systems. Next is, caste involves subdivision within themselves. As I have already told, that every caste has a subdivisions. Okay, each caste is divided into some more specific groups or subdivisions. Okay, so based, it is mostly it is in the local or the regional level. Okay, so each group will have some subdivision. Even the subdivision will also have some other subdivisions. Again, it can be divided into various parts. Okay, like that, various subdivisions will be there. Okay. Next is, the caste were traditionally linked to occupations. So it is also very much important here to occupations. The caste were linked to the occupations. So each caste groups were given a specific kind of occupations, and it was considered this kind of occupation should like a pass on from one generation to the other generations all the times. Okay, so they will not forget about their own generations, or sorry, own occupations. Whatever the occupations they have now, they will not forget about their occupations. And each caste category will have a specific kind of occupation, and they will have to follow it. Now, again, little bit more about the caste systems considered. Let us come and see here the caste systems. There are two sets of principles are there. Okay. So what is two sets of principles? One is for the difference and the separation, and other one is holism and hierarchy. So let us see what is difference and the separations. Difference means, we know, not equal, okay, not same. And the separation means it is separated from each other. So each caste groups are different from each other. That means no castes are equal to each other. Okay, all castes are separated and different. That is why these castes are separated from each category. So let us see here the ladder what I made here. So you can see here it is already closed. So Brahmins are separated from the Kshatriya. Again, Kshatriya is also separated from Vaishya. Again, the Vaishya is also separated from Shudra. So it is separated. So because there is a difference, that is why they are separated from each other. And that is the way the caste exists. So one more is still left. There is the holism and the hierarchy. So do you think that without the holism, the caste can exist? Suppose now you are a student. So you are the only one student in a class, and you have scored 50 marks out of 100. So definitely you will rank 1, isn't it? Because there is no competitor, no holism, only one student is there. Even if you are running for a competitions, that means if you are alone, always you will win. Okay, so you cannot compete with each other. So there will be no difference, nothing will be there. Okay, you cannot exist. So caste systems exist depending on the other. Okay, so Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra all consist a caste systems. Okay, so these four will make a caste systems. So you cannot separate Brahmin from the whole caste systems. Okay, and the Kshatriya cannot consider as a caste systems. Okay, you cannot how you will consider who is pure here, who is not pure, or which impure. So on the basis of the whole systems, we can consider who is pure, which is not pure. So that is the holism and the hierarchy, and this holism is based on this hierarchy. That means in the ladder, Brahmin are at the top and the Shudras are at the bottom of the hierarchy. This way our caste systems exist. I hope this purity and the pollution is also very much important, because on this basis of the purity and the pollution only these caste systems or the all these four divisions, how it is made based on this purity and pollutions. Okay, so this is all about our caste and the caste systems. I hope you have understand. If you have any doubt, you can write to me. I'll clarify once again. Okay, thank you.